Hi, my name is Crystal Morris. I'm a licensed professional counselor and doctoral student at the University of Texas at San Antonio. And today we have Aneesa with us, also a doctoral student. We will be demonstrating the empty chair technique by Gestalt. So first we're going to read the case study, and I'll be playing the counselor, and Aneesa will be playing Sasha, the client. Okay. So Sasha is a 19-year-old college student who has been in individual counseling for approximately 7 weeks. She first sought services due to relationship issues with her current on-again and off-again boyfriend. It quickly became evident that these issues were a pattern in nearly all relationships with Sasha, who oscillated between damaging, anger-driven strength and fear-based helplessness dependency. Establishing a trusting relationship with Sasha proved especially difficult. Although once established and seemed particularly strong, soon issues of past sexual and physical abuse were brought to the forefront, and Sasha felt confused by the dichotomy that seemed to experience, represent, and express in session after session. So we're going to go ahead and start with the role play. We'll be reading from a script, and we'll go from there.
Sometimes I just get so tired, It wears me out to be me sometimes. And that sounds so ridiculous. I mean, if me being me is so tiresome on me and everybody else, why not just be different? I mean, really, why not? Why not just be different?
If being the way you are now is so tiring,
Yeah, if this is so bad, change it. And now I feel irritable. I feel aggravated and I don't even know why.
Sasha, I see you experiencing just now what it is that has been sort of happening all along. Your emotions, the way you're feeling, it shifts suddenly, which leaves you feeling drained and bewildered
And angry.
and angry.
Part of me wants so badly to be like, I don't know, like Scarlett O'Hara's sister-in-law in Gone with the Wind. What's her name?
Melanie, wasn't it? Miss Melanie?
Yes, Melanie. Sometimes I want to be like Melanie.
Okay. Any other time?
Oh, well, other times, like Scarlett, of course.
And what do these two characters represent to you?
Well, Scarlett is obvious. She's strong. She doesn't let anything stop her from getting what she wants. She can be hurtful to others, but it keeps others from hurting her, And I really respect her. And Melanie, I could never be Melanie. She was so self-sacrificing, soft-spoken and kind, but sometimes she seemed sad. Scarlett walked all over her because she was weak compared to Scarlett. Very weak.
It seems like I've heard you express a wish to be like Melanie, but then also that you could be like her.
See, it makes no sense. I don't think I know what I want, or who I am, or why I'm one way one minute and another way the next.
Sasha, I think that you, like most of us, have several selves that make up who you are. The difference with you is that you haven't always been aware of these selves, of the usefulness or purpose. Because of this, they're often opposed for another rather than work together. So does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I think so.
I like to try something with you now to kind of help you express both of these aspects of yourself.
Okay.
And it may feel silly at first, but because I believe in your ability to get past and because I believe in the effectiveness of this technique, I think it will prove very beneficial.
I trust that.
Okay. What I want you to do is called an empty chair technique, and it will actually involve the use of two chairs. It's okay to feel nervous or unsure at first, but I really think you can do this. Okay, so previous relationships have shown, and I've observed, and you've begun to realize that you seem to act and feel in a completely opposing way sometimes. In fact, just now you related your opposing sides to the characters of Melanie and Scarlett, who are very opposite one another. And if you could, Sasha, what emotional labels might you give these opposing selves?
Well, one is the obvious angry part of me. The other, well, the other part of me would be the scared part.
Okay, and which of these two do you feel most now?
Actually, I'm feeling more scared and vulnerable today.
Okay, so imagine for a moment if I were able to pull two separate persons from you, one angry and the other scared. And think about how they might look different. One of them might have her shoulders raised and squared off with a glare in her eyes and tightly clenched jaw. The other, well, she might have shoulders slightly sunken, her hands clasped together, maybe looking downward to avoid other gazes. Imagine that they are both able to sit in these chairs, looking downward now and speak to one another. But you are only the one who can give them a voice. Only you know that what they say to one another. So, starting with the vulnerable you, what I like you to have you to do is express the part of yourself that feels vulnerable and afraid, and tell the angry you what the vulnerable you feels. Don't be strong, Sasha, right now. Just concentrate on feeling what afraid Sasha feels.
Right now,
Yes, whenever you're ready, you can do this, and I will help you if you need me.
I feel afraid all of the time. All the time, I feel afraid, and it is a miserable feeling. I feel too helpless and weak and pathetic. I let others trample all over me. I let others get away with anything because I want them to love me or just like me, just be nice to me. And I know it's pathetic. It's so pathetic. But I also feel kind and trusting, and that feels nice. It feels good to be good. I don't like not being good. You aren't supposed to hurt others just because they hurt you. And you should be ashamed of yourself. You hurting others is no better than what he was. You remind me so much of him sometimes. No, I shouldn't say that. God, sometimes I hate him.
What about right now?
Right now, right now I wish he liked me enough to not hurt me. I still wish he liked me. He so obviously didn't like me, and I don't know why.
Okay, Sasha, I'd like for you to move to angry Sasha's chair and give her a voice.
Yeah, now I'm feeling more comfortable. You're pathetic. I want them to love me or just like me, just be nice to me. Good Lord, can you get any more disgusting? You make me sick. You make me sick. If you'd been stronger to begin with, we wouldn't even be here. You need me. You just can't admit that. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have made it. And you can be ashamed of me all you want, but don't you dare say I'm just like him. I am what I have to be to get you through your pathetic life. You, my dear, are a liability.
Repeat that, please. You are a liability.
You are a liability.
Again,
You are a liability.
again,
You are a liability.
again.
You are a liability.
And what were you feeling right now?
I'm exhausted, and yet I cannot afford to be any different than what I am, or she will cost us our life. We won't make it if I'm not strong, and I'm so tired of being strong.
Because being strong is the same as being angry for you?
Anger is what makes me strong, but it's also so tiring.
Tell her.
If you would be a little stronger, I wouldn't have to be so angry. If you could be a little less pathetic, I could be a little less cruel. I don't want to be cruel or angry. It's too much work and I'm tired. I want to be more like you, but not exactly like you. You're just a little, still far too weak.
I'd like you to switch chairs once more and express anything that vulnerable Sasha has left to say.
I'm sorry that you have to be a part of me. It is a constant reminder of what we've been through. I do not like you or what you do or how you feel or how you treat others. But for now, you're a necessary part of me.
Excellent.
It helps thinking of them like that. It helps me to see that I do have opposing selves, but that they are both part of me. I feel more accepting of that.
And both necessary parts of you, maybe just a little less degree than you think.
So maybe if they could become a little less intense or learn to blend or compromise a little.
Exactly. There are positives to each of them, you know. They both represent incredible characteristics that you have and show how you have coped in the past. I tell you what, I like for you to continue to think on this over the next week, and I like for you to make a list of the positives associated with each of these parts of you, as well as the circumstances where each of these aspects of yourself might prove very helpful. In other words, let's get an idea of their strengths and their usefulness, at least when using appropriately and in moderation. So that is the end of our role play. So you can see that Aneesa playing Sasha, she demonstrated that empty chair technique. And it's about expressing those emotions that, or any kind of maybe negative emotion that we may have not got to tell someone in this particular technique. So hope that you guys were able to see the technique and have any questions. Let us know. Thank you.